those massive forest fires in Canada have caused problems here in Minnesota.
The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency said yesterday's hazy skies led to the state's worst air quality in 20 years.
In 2014 and 2015, we had some significant smoke events that affected Minnesota, and we were not seeing these in our reactive air quality forecasting system. We also had staff at the Pollution Control Agency that were able to track that more accurately than the contractor we had.
In the past, we only had forecasts for the Twin Cities and Rochester metro areas, and these smoke events really showed us that we needed coverage across the state so we could get word out ahead of time. There was really no way in the past for people to know what air quality was going to be in advance. They would get alerts maybe the day that the air quality was getting bad, but there was no way to know ahead of time in order for them to make their plans. So to move from only forecasting 2 locations to forecasting 17 locations, we needed to write a computer program to do a lot of the work up front and make the process more efficient. And so the programs we wrote use artificial intelligence to go out and grab weather information from places all over the internet. That artificial intelligence learns from the relationships between past weather, and then it predicts the future concentrations based on similar weather conditions.
We gather publicly available meteorological guidance data, temperature, relative humidity, winds, cloud, precipitation, from a period of now through about 5 days.
What the meteorologists then do is use our understanding of the atmosphere. We'll go through and actually draw maps of the observations on the ground. We'll look at satellite imagery, radar. We even look at the fine scale details like the lake breezes along the North Shore and things like that to determine what are the small scale details that are going to come into play. So the model really gives us the big picture air quality forecast, and then we're sort of imputing onto it the fine scale details.
It was clear that we had the capability to do better air quality forecasting, and by bringing this in-house, we're actually able to save the state hundreds of thousands of dollars, because that's what it would have cost to have a subcontractor do this same kind of work that we're now doing in-house.
Our forecasts are issued through our website, and it goes to the airnow.gov, which is EPA's website, also through EnviroFlash signups, and also through our Minnesota Air app available on your mobile phone. When we issue alerts, we then partner with other agencies, including MnDOT, Minnesota Department of Health, and the National Weather Service.
The partnerships that we've developed as part of the new air quality forecasting system for Minnesota are critical. With the Department of Health, we make sure that they are informed when we're going to be calling an alert, and they can use their channels to make sure that people are protected, especially the people that are vulnerable, like the elderly and children.
In the large part, we breathe really great air in Minnesota, and we're lucky for that. But the people who are more susceptible to experiencing negative health impacts of poor air will be the first to tell you that it just takes one day to impact their life. We are working across the state to target more of those audiences. Everyone needs to understand what the air quality is and if they're impacted.
The key benefits of the new air quality forecasting system for Minnesota is it covers all the state, and it allows us to issue much more accurate forecasts on a much more timely basis, and allows the Pollution Control Agency to work with our partners like the Department of Transportation and the Department of Health to make sure that the word gets out to citizens when we predict that poor air quality is on its way, so that citizens can take whatever actions they need to protect their health and reduce their local impact.